Good morrow everyone, Silvershire here, and welcome back to Adventure Quest. If you missed the first episode of this series, you really don't need to go watch it, because I literally got nothing done. All you need to know is that this is a game that I played a super long time ago, and then I forgot about for a really long time, and now I'm hopping back into it, and it's been really fun to take a little journey down memory lane. Now, unlike the last episode, I've cropped the screen properly, which is nice, and I remember how to play. Both of those are very good things. In addition to that, I changed my name, which was a whole ordeal. I had to make a literal deal with the Grim Reaper to travel back in time to talk to this guy, and I had to save some babies from a burning building. It was a whole mess, but I got that done, so now I'm Silvershire. I got new weapons, I got new armor, I kept all my pets, but I changed their names to things that make more sense. Like they're the same names, but I changed the spelling and the capitalization and whatnot. And I remembered how to fight, which is good in a game that is primarily fighting. And so we are going to the Zard Hunter shop to do a bit of Frog Zard hunting. G'day, mate! Join me on my expedition to see Zards in their native environment and meet the Zard Master. See, this is great because Australian accent is one of the only things that I can do. Frogzard Hunter here. We are in the wilds of the Athzis, on the trail of the fierce and elusive Frogzard. And with me today is Silvershire, one of the adventurers of Battleon. Stick with me, mate, and you'll learn a lot about Frogzard lore. Now, Frogzards are one of the main opponents that you'll be finding in Adventure Quest. They are a combination of frog and lizard, but then they also have other weird things going on most of the time. Hold on, I think I see one now. You must approach the Frogzard with extreme caution, and when you make a grab at it, do not grab the teeth. Good advice. Gotcha, little bugger. Crikey! Look out, mate. Well, wait, no, his head's inside a Frogzard, so it should be a bit more muffled.
Look out, mate! Here comes another!
Alright, here we go. So this is your normal Frogzard, and this is going to be a good opportunity to actually show off the combat system, which I did not get a good chance to do last time. Now, combat is all about the elements, well, and some other things, but it's mostly about the elements. So you'll see here the element modifiers. It has all 8 elements, and they all have different numbers next to them, and that is how much damage I'm going to do with those types of attacks. So I don't want to use an earth attack. That's going to do less damage than normal. I want to use wind attacks, and it just so happens that I have the Lucky Lamp, which is a wind weapon, and the same thing goes for my pets. I'm going to want someone who does wind damage, which this one does, among other things. Now for my weapons and armor, I'm going to want to do something else. You see the symbol in the top corner, that's a leaf, that's the symbol for Earth, meaning that's what he's going to be attacking me with. So for my armor and shield, I want Earth. I happen to have a shield that is specifically made for fighting Frogzards, so that's helpful. I don't have anything specifically made for defending against Earth, but the Guardian armor that I'm wearing right now is just kind of all-around armor, so I'm going to stick with that. And as you'll see, when I attack, it does wind damage, which is going to hurt him more than other things. On average, of course, because the amount of damage you do is somewhat randomized. There is another thing to look out for. Towards the top, you'll see melee, ranged, and magic. Those are different types of attacks you can do, and it's the same thing. Some are more effective than others, but for this opponent, they're all the same, so I don't need to worry about what type of attack I do, so long as it's all wind. And occasionally, when you're using your normal attacks, see, there you go, there's a few variations of them. I don't know if it's the same for every weapon, it's been too long since I've played, but I know a lot of weapons have 3 attacks. There's a normal one, there's a multi-attack, and then there's a magic attack. So see, that was the triple attack. And in addition to just using your weapons, you also have spells, which is going to be very good because my best spell happens to be a wind spell, so that should be very effective. Nice, he is almost dead now. There are health potions and mana potions, mana being what you use to do your spells, but every other fight, you're regenerated, so as long as you're not going up against someone too fierce, you generally don't need to use the potions. This is, of course, a very low-level quest. I've done this before. I just want to show off the combat system, and I think this is the best place to do it, especially because I get to have the Trash Hunter here with me. I mean, sorry, the Frogzard Hunter. They're totally different characters with totally different voices. So that's victory. You get gold and experience. The experience is the yellow one right there. You can toggle it on and off. And when you get experience, you level up. Pretty basic stuff. Still has that on his head. I think that's a Dark Zard.
Crikey, look at the size of these teeth. Say, do you mind helping a fella out? No, just knock a little bugger off my head. Be careful not to hit me now.
Alright. Well, bam! That thing has a nasty grip, she won't let go. No worries, mate. She'll tire out before she can drag me back to her den and have her cubs feed on me. Then we can get some measurements of this beautiful specimen. Oh, sorry. Beautiful specimen. As he's getting dragged away. Oh, I can feel it, mate. Her teeth are slowly unpiercing my torso. Ah, just a bit more. Yeah. Is that a good effect? I stood further away from the computer, so it sounded like I was further away. I know, high quality content here on Silvershire's channel. Hey, he's free. Thanks, mate. I owe you one. If you hadn't wore her down, I'd have been Zod Chow for sure. You're welcome? Did you hear that? Sounded like thunder. Must be a storm coming in. I come from the land down under. Sorry. Or perhaps a rare Zapdos Frogenzarditis, better known around here as the Energy Zard. Crikey, here he comes. Put the bait down on that bloke. I'm going to study this magnificent tree here. You see, the Trash Hunter, he needs to admire that because he sticks to one field, only trash. He would not study a tree unless there's trash on it. But this guy, he is expanding his horizons. Alright, so this is the exact same deal, except he obviously is going to have different elements. So I'm going to want to use different elements against him. He is weak to water, which is common for energy types. I have one somewhere, the Sea Slayer. And then I'm going to want energy-based defenses. So we'll do that. And that. When I equip this armor, I suddenly become more buff. And him. I'm dumb. I'm equipping... That's, Sorry, my brain isn't working. I should be equipping water, which is this guy. Well, I mean, that guy's anything. He's whatever I am. That's the nice thing about clones. For some reason, I was thinking I needed a nice pet. Don't worry, Fishy. I'll get you out later. It's because of the... I think just because fish immediately made me think of water, so I was like, oh, that's what I need. That's actually a nice one. Alright, we are making short work of this Energy Zard. And it seems my shield is blocking most of his attacks. There we go, that was the special magic attack. Oh, now he's hitting me, but that's gonna be it. That's Vic. Oh my gosh, he exploded. Forgot that happened. Good job. Fortunately, a good wildlife management professional always carries a healing potion. Thanks, man. Now, most people think the only good Frogzard is a dead one, but not me. Hey, do you smell something burning? Ah! Oh, here's a Fire Zard. Alright, now we can use the ice things. At least I'm assuming. Sometimes it's weird. Yeah. all of the elements have an opposite that they are weak to and strong against. I phrased that poorly. Fire and ice, water and energy, wind and earth, light and darkness. But sometimes it's a little bit screwy for whatever reason. It all depends on which specific opponent you're facing. Oh, I cannot speak today, which is not good for doing a commentary. So now I'm also going to want an ice weapon. And this is a really good sword. So this guy is, he's probably not gonna do so well. The shield I have is already strong against fire, so I'll keep that, but I'll go into my fire armor, which suddenly makes me shorter and less buff for some reason. Oh, I missed. But that did not. Throwing frozen fish at him. Yeah, his magic and all of that is the same. Here's the Ice Dragon Spirit. Alright, nice. That definitely did better than my sword. I think I just had bad luck the first time missing with my sword. And he has way less health than me, so even if I don't do great, I have a feeling I'm gonna win this fight. But yeah, it's really fun getting back into this. I don't think it's going to be a very long series because it gets repetitive once the nostalgia goggles wear off, because it's kind of just attacking over and over and over again. But the role-playing aspect is really fun, and I like being able to show it off to all of you, since I know this isn't a super well-known game. So I enjoy playing this a whole lot, and I'm probably gonna be able to get 3 or 4 episodes out of it. And see, that's one of the nice things about this weapon, is it actually has multiple elements. It's ice and light. Not all monsters or armor or weapons, they're not limited to just one thing. Alright, I think the next turn I'll be able to take him out, assuming I don't miss. And defeated. Oh, that didn't do a whole lot. Alright, next turn, I should be able to get him. And I missed. This is embarrassing. Alright, well maybe another ice dragon will be able to finish the job. There we go, that's what I needed. And he exploded too. Why do all of these Frogzards explode? Nice fighting! That fella tried to bobby me like a shrimp. Bah, weather changes rapidly in this part of the continent. Perhaps we will get a chance to spot the rare Ice Zard. Not very rare, apparently. Alright, so now I have equipped literally the worst things that I could have equipped. So I'm going to want a fire pet, which I don't have, so I'll get the clone. I want a fire weapon, which I do have. Winter armor. This is great. This was from a Christmas event a long time ago. You were able to get this. I don't know if the same stuff comes back every year or what, because it's been a long... That's the wrong one. It's obviously been a long time since I've done this. And I might want to use some mana if I keep using up my spells at this rate. You do need to give up your attack in order to use a potion, but it's usually worth it if you are in desperate need. But I think I'll be able to take this guy out without any spells, so I'm gonna hold off on the mana for right now. If it doesn't regenerate soon, maybe I can do that at the start of the next round. And again, we are making short work of this Zard. That's why you want to have all of the different elements at your disposal, so you can quickly adapt to whatever your opponent is. Because a long time ago, I tried to specialize in one element, which just does not work in a game like this. What you can specialize in... Specialize? What is wrong with my words today? You can specialize in ranged or melee or magic, all that stuff, but I have not. This is just a well-rounded character. He can kind of do everything. So... I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm tired, okay? Cut me some slack. I guess you gave that fella the cold shoulder. Dum-dum. Shh. Hey, wait a minute. I think he dropped something. He better not be littering. If he litters, the trash hunter is going to be all up in his business. Crikey, what a rare find. Some sort of weapon. It's very unusual to find something like this in the wild. It got dark awful quick. Wow, that's hard to say. Topeka, Kansas. It got dark awful quick, mate? There we go, I did it. Someone signed me up for an anime. I want to be a voice actor. Oh my gosh. Wow, this one has a tail. The Dark Zard. If I remember correctly, this is the final monster in this mission. So he, as can be expected, is weak to light. The Rune Blade of Oxarakaraka. This is maybe my best weapon. Well, no, the Guardian Blade is probably the best. But this is a really good weapon, because it can potentially summon a paladin who will fight for me and also heal me. So that's always fun. Arachnite Z, which basically just turns me into Goth Iron Man. And Shadow Slayer shield. I am a Shadow Slayer, that's my class. So I have a lot of stuff for hunting dark creatures and undead and all that sort of creepy stuff. And this armor lets me use lasers and tarsal claws, which is good if they're really strong against either melee, ranged, or magic. I have the different choices, but since this guy is equal defense against everything, it doesn't really matter. The Ghostly Present stills. See, there's the paladin, so she will heal me or attack, depending on what she thinks I need. And this guy is going to regret ever fighting 3 light warriors at the same time. That was a bad choice for this here Dark Zard. Also, all of the monsters have bios. I've been forgetting to read those. What first appeared to be a shadow is now leaping to eat you. A race of Frogzard enchanted by the Wizards of Darkness and sent to wreak havoc on all. Dun dun dun! It's very dramatic. This game could really do with some background music. It's kind of awkward in between the sound effects to just have nothing. I think I'm gonna add some music in post. Missed the second attack, but I'm assuming that we're gonna be able to take him out next turn. Yeah, my armor and shield is very helpful against this guy. Let's see if we can finish him off with the claws. Not quite, but my buddy should be able to. Yup, and by a lot, 55 damage. That was kind of overkill. At least he didn't explode. Nice work, Silvershire. That bugger might have taken me leg off with its death roll. Well, good day for now, mates, and be sure to join us next time when we set off to find the wild and wily Mother Zard and her treasure. Alright, so, taking a note out of his book, that is going to be all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. I will probably be playing more. Like I said, I don't think this is going to be an especially long series, but, it is fun playing this, so this is not going to be the last episode. I can't even remember my outro. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I bid thee farewell, and I apparently need to go take a nap.